So today my plan is to come down here and sort out all of my wines and put them into my new wine tracker, which is just like a Google spreadsheet. So I can track all of my wines and see, how long they need to be aged for, if there's any that need to be drunk, and just kind of remember what I have in my cellar. And yeah, so that's what we're going to do today. Hello everyone, my name is Chloe and welcome to my channel. On this channel I share with you guys different wineries and wine regions in Italy and also help you with your social media and digital marketing if you are in the wine industry. So this is where the magic happens. As you can see, it is a cellar that has a lot of storage for extra furniture that we no longer use. They're like the old window covers, tiles for the floor upstairs that we never used, and of course, Nala's bed, old bed, my wine stock. So I have this here. I'm not sure how many spots this is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So 7 times, wait, I did that wrong. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, so there's 42 spots here. And this is a smaller version. 5 times 6, 30. And then I have some that are in boxes still that I haven't unpacked. So I'm going to unpack these and then show you guys some of my favorites in the collection or ones that maybe hold a special meaning to me. And let's go.
Yeah.
So another thing I keep down here is a thermometer so I can check the temperature. So we have 32 degrees, 60 humidity. Now that's probably at the very limit. Any hotter than that and it's going to start being dangerous for the wine. That's probably actually at the max. And the humidity, you don't want it to drop any further than 50% because that is when the corks are going to dry up and oxygen can get let in and that will spoil the wine. So I'm actually really surprised because I didn't expect, it is the middle of August here in Italy, and the last August I didn't get a chance to come down here and actually check, but it is a little bit too hot for my liking. So now I am thinking about investing in a wine fridge. So if you guys have any recommendations for any wine fridges, then pop them in the comments below. I would like one that can be dual fridge so I can have my whites at a certain temperature, I can have my reds at a certain temperature, and my rosés if possible. So yeah, let me know. Do you sell fridges or know someone who sells fridges and they're good? Drop them in the comments. Thanks. So here is my tracker. I have wine type, name, variety, vintage, recommended cellar time, producer, region, price, and quality. So I'm trying to think of a plan of attack for this. I think I'm going to pull out all of the white wines, go through the whites first, and then hit up the rosés and then the reds. And as I'm going, I will pick out some of my favorites from my collection so I can share them with you guys. Let's do this. Looks like I'm gonna have to go upstairs and change this so it's synced to online because I can't use it right now. And there's no Wi-Fi here, obviously, in the basement. Well, the cellar. So I came back with something. Can you guess what it is? This one is a Ansonica from Maremma, Toscana, and it's going to help me get through this. So if you guys have extra bottles like that are just in boxes and laying around your house or wherever you're laying them down, just remember to keep them on their side because of the same reason of the cork situation, so then it stays wet. Otherwise, if it's a screw top, obviously it doesn't matter, but I just thought that I would share that piece of information with you guys. Trick when you buy your wine is if you bring some masking tape and a pen, or when you get home you write the recommended aging years. So if it's from an old world producer and I know that it could use some time, then usually I'll just ask the winemaker what the average cellar time is, and then I just write it on so I don't forget. And then when I get home and get to my schedule, I can just type it in easy. So you can also do the same thing with price. If you go to a wine region and you're purchasing a lot of wines, if I buy a wine that is in the higher end, then I'll put a price tag on it just so when I get home I remember that it's, quite a special one and should be probably reserved the best spot in the house. So I don't know if you guys believe in biodynamic agriculture. However, this winery that we went to, they are heavily focused in biodynamic agriculture, and the lady who actually sold me this wine told me that they follow the lunar calendar, and part of their belief is that within the lunar calendar there are days that you should open red wine and days that you should open white wine. So the fruit days on the calendar are the days when it's good to open a bottle of red, and the flower days are when it's good to open a bottle of white. Even though, there's no specific evidence to show or science to show that this is truth, I do find that there are some days when I open a bottle of wine and it just tastes better. And it might be a wine that I know and I've tried it many times before, and there's no changes except for the fact that I'm just opening it on a different day. So interesting. Has that ever happened to you before? Do you find that when you open up wines, sometimes they just taste better than they do on other days? I'd be curious to know. And second, do you believe in biodynamic agriculture? I would like to know that too. So I finally finished. That's a wrap. Cheers, guys. That took me just about an hour and a half to do, which was good. I think I have around about 70 bottles here. So I want to show you my collection and some of my kind of pride and joy in my collection, some of my favorites that I have no idea when I'll actually even get to open, to be honest. So I'll start off with, what should I start with? There's too many. I love them all. Okay, so I'll start off with this one, which is a Bosny Romani. This reminds me of our trip to France last year to Burgundy. It was mine and my husband's wedding anniversary. So we just had the most amazing time, and I really realized that I had never had a true Pinot Noir until I went to Burgundy. I don't know how you guys feel if you've got to try a Burgundy wine, but if you get to have a good one, it is just like mind-blowing. There's a lot of bad stuff that comes out of Burgundy too, so you know, unless you kind of spend the good money, you're not going to really be able to try Burgundy for what it is. I'll show you this one too, a Corton Perriers in my very bad French pronouncement. This is a Grand Cru of mine, 2016. Also, Comte Senard is another Grand Cru that I'm really proud of. Then, what about some Italian stuff? What can I show you from Italy? So I have this in my collection, La Prinisière. It's actually kind of French because it's from Aosta and it's on the border between Italy and France, but we're moving more into Italy now. This was actually a present to my father-in-law when he retired, and he's not a big wine drinker, so he thought that I would appreciate it more than him, and he's definitely right. What else do I have here? This is a Châteauneuf-du-Pape 2012, which I'm super happy about because it's one of the only French wines that I have that's probably ready to drink now. So I'm just waiting on a good occasion for that one. Surprisingly, I actually also have an Australian wine here. I don't have many, but I did bring back some in the airplane. I don't know how they're gonna be held up, honestly, but where is it? Here we go. I just need to look for the screw caps from Australia. So this is my Sharon Smith Lenswood Chardonnay, which is a beautiful wine. As I said earlier, I'm not sure how it's held up. My Chateau La Neuf, which is from Châteauneuf-du-Pape. It's a white wine from Châteauneuf-du-Pape. And if you guys have got your hands on a white, I know that Châteauneuf-du-Pape is very famous for its red wines, but you have to try a white too because they are incredible. Italy, that's what I need to show you. Italy. Oh, of course. My pride and joy. My Barolo Canubi by Chiara Boscis. This is probably the best wine I've tried in Italy in my experience of being here so far. Yeah, Canubi, they're just like, it just the way to my heart, Canubi. Oh, I'll also show you this one. It's the wine I was talking about earlier, the biodynamic agriculture. This wine is insane. Anyway guys, I hope you liked exploring my cellar with me, my Italian cellar with me. I hope that you learned something new about how to track your wines. If you do want the tracker, you can go to the link below this video and you can download a copy for yourself to use. And I'm curious to know what's in your collection. So if you have some special bottles that you'd like to share, or is just your pride and glory, then pop them in the comments below. I would love to see what is in your glass at the moment. Well, no, in your cellar at the moment. Yeah, share with me your wine nerdy bottles, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye!